People like to believe that their businesses have unique problems, but they don't. Over the last year, I've actually worked with close to 2,000 businesses, and almost every single business is making the same mistake. And here's the elephant in the room. I come from a fitness background. I like to use fitness analogies, but only about 65% of the people I work with are fitness businesses. And the next 12 points of advice I'm going to give you would work fine with a fitness business, but they will also work in every other niche that I work with. So let's start with content. Too many people try to make their content about themselves, and they fail to realize that every single person on the internet doesn't really care about you, and the quicker you can come to terms with that, the easier you can move on with it. They care about themselves. I even think that people that love charity and donating money are even only being philanthropic because it makes them feel good. Human beings are very self-centered. So, fitness analogy, this is how I lost 5 kilograms in 4 weeks. Could very easily be how you could lose 5 kilograms of fat in 4 weeks. The story's still the same, the anecdote's still the same, the story's still the same, but you made it about them, not you. Outside of fitness, how I edit YouTube videos to make them look like they're Hollywood grade. How you can edit your videos to make it look like you've worked in Hollywood for 20 years. Same information, same delivery, pretty much same everything, just change the packaging. If you just twist your words to make it about them, they're probably going to listen a lot more. And if you keep delivering content that helps that person with their problems, eventually they're going to go, this person's a legend, only because you help them. Even this video, this isn't about me, it's about me helping you. And if you watch enough of these, you probably go, do you know what? I like this guy. It's a bit like when people let you talk about yourself a lot. Human beings love to talk about themselves. If you go for a beer with someone and they just keep asking you questions and you talk for 90% of the time, you'll leave and go, what a great conversation that was. The second blatantly obvious thing that people still fail to do with their content, they don't problem solve. We are in the business of solving problems. Your problems are, there are just various bottlenecks through your business that maybe you've identified and maybe you haven't. And when I say a bottleneck is, there's a flow of people and interest through your business, then it just stops at some point. And it might be a content or it might be in the stage we're about to go into. So again, fitness analogy. Someone posts their workout. Cool, bro. Nice one. Great that you started High Rocks, which to me just says that you're a shit runner and a shit lifter. No problem solved. Whereas if you were to take one component of that workout, then find the one problem that people have with that component, and then to turn that problem into a hook. Let's say, and I'm making this up, I riffed these videos. Let's say one of the components is a back squat. Something I do and struggle with in a back squat is where my eye line is. So I get a bit of chalk and I draw a little X on the wall in a good position for the eye line. So as I sit into the squat, I have something to look at. It just helps. So rather than me going, hey, here's my workout of the day. If you're someone that struggles to keep your eyes up when doing a back squat, maybe get this bit of chalk and do this. Bit of Inquisit, whatever, cool. Outside of fitness, let's say someone's using Photoshop to create thumbnails. They have plenty of problems, maybe integrating AI, maybe how they structure and prioritize the hierarchy of importance of that thing there. You could then say to someone, hey, if you're struggling with thumbnail design, let's look into the hierarchy of importance when we're making different types of thumbnails. The content shouldn't be, I made 10 thumbnails. The content should be, you have a problem, I have the solution, let me show you. Then the third problem that everyone's making in content is probably not putting enough importance into the first 3 seconds of content. Maybe in long form like this, we could say the first 15 seconds. And if I'm completely honest, the only part of this video that I script is the first 10 seconds because it's the most important. It's where you're going to click and determine whether or not the value that I'm going to give in this video is appropriate to the issues that you face. So you'll note there's just one paragraph there and the rest are bullet points. People put so much effort into the later stages of a video, but people have already gone. Even the middle part of the video, even if you use props, analogies, setups, payoffs, you might even get dressed up and get in the shower and cry to get dramatic effect. If you don't retain people to the middle, it doesn't matter, they're not there. Same towards the end of the video. The first 5 seconds. Arguably, if you're going to spend 30 minutes making a video, spend 15 to 20 minutes doing the first 10 seconds. Scene changes, dramatization. The more effort you put into the early stage, a bit like this, like a relationship, just came to me. When you first start dating someone, those first 3 dates are crucial. By month 3 or 4, you're ripping a fart, it's fine. Make sure in the early stages you do the most effort and interest, because if you don't get that right, there is no latter stage to worry or care about. So park that from content, let's move into data, and data sounds boring, I know. In essence, over the last few years, I've noticed that assets don't work like they used to. Hey, here's a free guide, no one cares. Here's an ebook, no one cares. I write and sell books for a living. I'm a 3 times #1 bestselling author, flex. Even then, I struggle to get people to buy a book, and I'll spend a year writing it and sell it for a tenner and still they don't want it. So when you scratch together an ebook in an afternoon, it's no wonder people don't want it. I'm seeing a trend of people wanting bite-sized chunks of information. If you've got an ebook that's 30 pages, take each page, make it a well-curated email that you could send on a daily basis. Then rather than giving someone too much that they never come back and read, you hit them with little jabs and you break them down. Boom, 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 boom. How many fights are won? Not with knockout punches, but the accumulation of lots of medium impact punches that just break people down to the point they give up. Death by 1,000 paper cuts. That's how our approach should be. Don't take these massive assets that you wouldn't read. If I sent you a transcript to my latest book and asked for a blurb, you would scroll through it. And you go, yeah, it was nice, mate. Yeah, good. Great book. Thanks. People now have attention deficit disorder worse than ever before. Cheers, TikTok. So let's prioritize making sure that we can break it down into the most bite-sized chunks of information possible that people will actually finish. Again, similar to content that we spoke about before, someone finishing the thing we're putting out is more important than giving it all to them at one point. Next point I'll talk about, as a gold standard, I like to feel and set for my clients that 20% of your total following should be on your email list. 100,000 followers should be 40,000 people on your email list. If that is less than 20%, you need to stop what you're doing from the content creation standpoint and start prioritizing growing the email list. 20%. And your focus on a daily basis should be, where am I at? Do I make content to grow my following and engagement and reach? Or do I do whatever I can to harvest my existing database of content followers for more email addresses? Too many people are too worried about growing the wider reach without looking into the most crucial component of aiming for 20% of total following on their email list. So take a look at where you're at. And if you do need to grow your email database, you should consider working with me. There'll be links in the description, but relax, mate. All right. I'm here to help you, not for your business. And out of the thousands of businesses I've worked with, people seem to worry about open rates on their emails. Look, in the world we live in, we all log on first thing in the morning, click, 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 click. Mark as read. We just want them out our inbox, but we don't want to delete them because we want to be able to reference back to them. That will send to the email provider that I read it when I didn't. A bit like Chris Williamson. Yeah, mate, I'm on your email list. You're my business partner. We've got a great business together, but I've been marking them as unread for quite a long time. I'm sorry, brother. Instead, worry about email list as size of total following and clicks through to landing page. How many people are clicking and visiting the landing page? That's really the metric we care about. And then the next part of that will be landing pages, how many visits, how many sales. And again, some people go, oh, there must be something wrong with my landing page, but they only sent 45 people there, which I suppose kind of brings us into the next part of this video, the importance of landing pages and sales pages. There will be a certain amount of people that visit that page to pop out one client. And over time, we're going to increase that. Again, I use this analogy a lot. I used to work in door-to-door sales for NPower. I'd knock on 100 doors, I'd get one sale. But in the early stages, I'd have to knock on 200 doors to make a sale. And if I hadn't quit because of those cold November mornings in GL1, and the fact I always secretly thought deep down as a 21-year-old, one day I might just get invited in by some MILF. Never happened. All I got was a cup of tea from an old lady who had a dog with one eye. Where were we? If I'd continued in that realm of door-to-door sales, maybe I'd get that to 1 in 80, 1 in 70. It would only have got better with time, very rarely worse. So instead, just try and find out the average amount of people you need to send to a landing page to get a client. And then over time, make tweaks and changes like A/B split testing landing pages, a short one, a long one that's video heavy, one that's text heavy, one that uses light colors, dark text, and one that uses dark background, light text. And trust me, dark mode is a way that we're all going. Even over the last 2 months, every time I critique people's landing pages, I'm like, hey, bro, show me this in dark mode. Let's get rid of that white background. Let's get some white text. Because even that's what I get in Discord, but that could be because I'm on dark mode for everything, but I don't know. Even now when I'm writing documents and I've just rewritten the whole entire mentorship and I had to do it on dark mode. P.S. The reason I've rewritten the whole mentorship is a lot of you seem to think incorrectly that I only work with fitness businesses. So I've actually redone the whole thing, which is why I was offline for a month, and removed all examples that were fitness based. So whether you've got a car garage, whether you're a consultant, whether you're a lawyer, the business mentorship fits those needs. So we should use the VSL, we should use the landing page as a place we send people, clients pop out. The way we do that is to have a very good VSL, a video sales letter, a video that represents your business, brings over a bit of personality, shows what you're like. You can talk through objections. Remember in 8 Mile at Eminem, when he gets to the end, he kind of tells them all of the things that's bad about, yeah, I do live in a trailer park with my mom, all of those things. He actually gets in their head, so by the time they get to the end of the rap, they know everything. That's what your VSL should do. It should leave them at the end, where even if you've disclosed all the points of weakness and everything else that you have with whatever it is you're selling, they can still make an informed decision whether or not to partake in business with you. These landing pages must look clean. They must look professional. Again, like the first date, you wouldn't wear dirty shoes to a first date. If you had a job interview, you're doing the tie up, you're actually going to do your top button up for the first time. That's what this is. For many people, this is where they're going to determine whether they do business with you or not. And too many people think they can skimp and use Squarespace or host the landing page on Aweber or on MailChimp. And to be honest, it looks rubbish. And people go, oh, but Lead Pages is $49 a month. Look, compared to what it costs to have a member of staff that were to do this for you, it's not expensive. It's a business expense that you can write off. It's a legitimate one. And Lead Pages works night and day to choose fonts. So many people get their fonts wrong. Serif, sans serif, too small. Sometimes just increasing the size of your font can get you more business. And you can A/B split test that if you don't believe me. Too much text, they're gone. Too many videos. I critiqued a landing page the other day that had 8 videos. 7 of them were testimonials. I was like, brother, If these testimonials are so good and of so much value, why didn't you just take the best parts of them and put them into your main VSL video? Then you could have taken them on a journey, and when you get to the point in the flow which I teach about getting them to why they should believe you, you could say, and if you don't believe me, here's Trevor. Boom. Take the best part of that testimonial, bring it to the front. Intertwine it in the story arc of your VSL. And ultimately, we're trying to make people decide whether or not they want to do business with us. And the sales process can be automated. You ever been to a restaurant where at the front they just have a menu in a little glass cabinet, no one at front of house, just a menu, low pressure? Because when there's someone stood next to the menu, people go, oh, I don't want to be sold into it. I don't want to be pressured. But if you just leave the menu there for you to go peruse, you go over, you go, they do paella. And your aunt goes, paella. And you're like, oh, we're not going here. Not putting up with this for fucking 10 minutes. Whereas the person that's there with the menu, you can feel is a bit daunting, which is why I don't really like sales calls, because you feel very pressured. You feel like you're wasting people's times. You just go over, peruse, and you go, do you know what? This is the perfect price point. Looks busy, but there looks like there's a table for us. This is the place for me. You qualify yourself in or qualify yourself out. I think that the qualification process of being right or not should be automated. It should be something people make on their own. And even if they can't afford you, maybe they can in the future. Or their situation gets worse and they then deem the value of what you're selling being more important. Other things, I come across and I work with a lot of people that are too expensive. And everyone in the business guru world saying the other way, charge more, premium pricing, high ticket. I'm like, yeah, bro, cool. You've got 4 clients. I don't want to give people the business class service with the economy prices. Mate, you ain't got the luxury, brother. Your airplane is empty. Bring those prices down. You may be a great coach, but I also need you busy. I need you working with people so you know them. Similarly, I've just spent a year working with 2,000 people so I can come on here and riff about all these problems. Me being busy is the biggest blessing ever, because although I could have charged 5 times as much and worked with 5 times less people, which would have been nice, probably for my hairline and the level of stress I have, I love getting to know people's problems through all different varies and niches, whatever. Being busy is a superpower, because you wake me up at 4 a.m. in the morning, pouring a bucket of ice water on me, I can get up and talk to you about all the problems people are facing in 2025 because I'm living and breathing it. Although I would have been awake because my son is in a sleep regression phase through teething, but that's fine. That's fine. It's fine. Being busy is so much better than being expensive. If you can be both, amazing. That's what we're working towards, but we need that golden elixir of demand. You want to make sure you've got enough people on your books that if a few drop out, you can replace them, and that you're in the trenches understanding people's problems. Because if you're working with more clients, you're getting more problems in front of you, which give you great ideas for content, whether it's YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube Shorts, whatever it is. Content, data, landing pages, sales process, and automating it makes it way better. Just briefly, if you do sales calls, people book in, they see that your times are all open, they bounce. Or you're busy, they bounce. You're on a different time zone, they bounce. They don't show up, that annoys you. They don't buy, that annoys you. And you don't want to be deflated with the efforts of your business. And if people, this is the best thing for me, right? From a mental health perspective, 9 out of 10 people could visit, oh, do you know what? 99 out of 100 people could leave my landing page and go, fuck this, I'm out. I don't know about it. All I know is the people that come in through the door, and I'm thinking, what a great business I've run. I'm getting 5 new clients a day. If I jump on a sales call and I'm spending hours in front of people and they're going, yeah, sounds great, James, but no thanks. Ugh, I get depressed. No, I'm joking. Long and short of the story, if you can work on those, you can do amazing. Now, I want you to work with me. I'm good at this stuff. And yeah, my mentorship's not cheap, but think about this. How many clients do you need to win to pay back what I charge you? At the moment, it's what, $2,000 US? For the majority, if you're looking at 5 clients over a few months, it's a business expense. I'm good at what I do. After this video, I'm sending it to Declan to get edited. I'm getting in the Discord. I'm there for the next 4 hours. It's Sunday. I don't have weekends. I don't have holidays. I'm in here. I'm in the trenches. Because you should be too. That's why you're watching this video. There's a level of obsession required to do well in this industry. And I'm as obsessed as they come. If you want to join me and get on my level, there's a link in the description. If not, there's 30 ways in 30 days I can help your business for free. And if you're one of those people that's never going to buy from me and just enjoy the videos, well, I'll see you the next time I upload one. Have a fucking good weekend. If you made it this far and you're not determined to buy my shit, well, YouTube recommends this video here. And YouTube is a very smart bugger. So I recommend you watch that. Bye-bye.